Man, Siri, you keep telling me to go the wrong way. What is wrong with you? Should have had an Android. Oh, no, don't run away. There's a car coming. I want you to get ran over, cat. Man, I haven't started my car in 3 days, so hopefully it turns on. You know what? It will turn on. I'm gonna be positive about it. It's fine. I've actually let the car set for 7 days and it started just fine, so I knew it was gonna start. Just making drama for no reason, I guess. I wanna see something cool, so when I turn on my lights, the gear tree here should light up, but it doesn't. Sometimes you just, there you go, you just gotta smack it sometimes. Actually, it's like that because when I painted the interior, I forgot to tape all the connections, because there's some connections for the lights, for the cigarette lighter, there's another cigarette lighter, so there's some wires going on here, and I completely forgot to tape those off. So some of the connections have some paint on them, and it just wants a whacking sometimes. So there's something I've seen in the comments a lot about this car, and that is settling for an automatic transmission. When I was set on buying another IS300, because this is my 4th one, I was set on getting a manual. I didn't even want to look at automatics. I was set. Being that I wasn't able to find one within reasonable driving distance, I kind of just gave up, and long story short, ended up buying an automatic. And I kept telling myself, oh, it's easy, I'll just manual swap it, right? It's easy peasy. I've never done a manual swap on a car before, and in my mind, it's like, oh, it's easy. I've done a clutch, but there's so much more than just dropping a transmission. Like, all the little things, it adds up. But yeah, I'm gonna set up the GoPro, and then we can go for a nice little drive, just something around the block, and it'll be fun. Late at night because it feels amazing just to drive with the windows down. Like, it's so amazing. Oh my god. GoPro. I swear this GoPro is just gonna break because it keeps falling from the suction cup. I don't know why, but hopefully it works for long enough for me to ramble on about this video. So. And today is another one of those drives where I have nowhere planned. I'm just driving. And just for the heck of driving, you know, just for the fresh air. It's 83 degrees right now, and it feels so good because the sun's not out. Okay, pulled over in some sketchy dollar store thing so I could put on my GoPro. I hope these people are okay. It'd be nice if you moved your car like 15 feet back into a parking spot, maybe? You know, that would be cool. I'm just saying, or you can keep blocking the way. I don't know. Hopefully this is bright enough for you guys. If not, put on my fog lights, maybe give you a little extra light. That didn't do anything. So like I was saying, I totally just settled for an automatic because it was... And I guess one of the main reasons why I convinced myself to get the automatic, which is totally boring. I'm hating life right now with this car. Not entirely, but it's boring to drive. I convinced myself because I told myself that buying an automatic IS300 and converting it would be cheaper than just buying a factory 5-speed. And potentially it can be cheaper if you take your time buying the parts, buying the clutch pedal and all that stuff when there's a good buy. If you take your time, you can potentially get some good deals. The good thing about getting an automatic IS300 is, for one, they'll be cheaper. I don't know if you can see my fingers. One, it'll be cheaper, and two, you can make it how you want it to be. Because you're getting it cheaper, you can choose what transmission goes into your swap. You can do a W58 or W55, an R154, an AR5, or a CD09, or a T56. You can do all these crazy transmissions, and whatever fits your budget, and I guess your overall goal would be a good idea to kind of keep in mind. For my reasoning is that I'm a broke guy. I'm a broke person. Like I'm broke right now, so I can't do a CD09 or a R154. Budget's not there. That's what can I tell you. Although one of you guys said I should start a GoFundMe, which it sounds like a good idea. Like in my head, I'm like, yeah, I should start a GoFundMe. That'll be awesome. But realistically, nobody's gonna give me money, and I don't know. I don't want to say I'm going the cheapest way possible, but I'm pretty much gonna go the most budget-friendly possible. Plan on putting just a budget W58 and slapping a turbo and not making more than like 350 horsepower on this car. That's my plan. I say that now. It's a slippery slope. This is not going to be a full-on track build. It's just not. I want to have it streetable. And that's one thing I just recently learned about cars with all my years of being into cars, is that you have to know your limits and you have to have your goals. 4 or 5 years ago, I used to have a manual IS300 and I blew the clutch on it. You know, dropping into second gear on the freeway and dropping the clutch. Long story short, my clutch exploded. Like, the car would not physically move. It was that bad. I had to push it in my neighborhood just to get home. In my mind, I told myself, I was in the mentality of buy it nice, not twice. You know, I don't want to do 2 clutch jobs. I just want to do one. And silly 19-year-old Jason, he bought a 6-puck unsprung clutch for his naturally aspirated stock IS300. That thing was terrible to drive. And I told myself 2 things. 1, I will never buy an unsprung clutch again. And 2, I didn't think, is that it? I think that's the only thing I told myself. But one of my good friends, he has a 240. He's more street style. He has a 240, he has street style, it's super clean. It's, you know, it's not conservative by any means. It's just a super clean car. And I kind of envy him because he has street style. He doesn't go full on dumb when he works on his car. Oops, rumble strip. He has a plan and he's realistic. Like, he's not gonna put a giant 6-puck unsprung clutch on a stock car that makes like 150 horsepower or whatever this makes, 170 to the wheel. I think it's important to have a plan and to kind of execute on the plan. I don't plan on getting a T56 transmission for this car because I'm not gonna be needing it. I just really don't. I think a W58 would be more than enough for me, and I should just stick to that plan. And realistically, if I'm making, you know, 350 horsepower with a, you know, a budget turbo setup, I think a W58 can handle 350 reliably, and I think that'll be more than enough for this car to slide around. And realistically, that'll be double the horsepower that this car has right now at 350. So I think that's a good goal. That way I don't have to build my bottom end. I keep telling myself it's okay because I bought an automatic, but deep down, I almost just wish I got the manual just so it can be done. Like, you buy it and it's, you can enjoy it day one, right? Like, that's the thing. But I don't know, I guess I'm just blabbering. And if you would take away one thing from this video, you know, if you find yourself about to buy a car or about to build a car, spend some money, take a quick second and write down your goals of what you want to do with the car and see what's the best budget for you. And stick to the budget, you know? Don't, I will never put a stupid clutch on a daily driver that I'm gonna be driving around everywhere. Don't drill holes into your quarter panels because you might regret it later. I don't know, that's one thing I need to just tone it down. Have a plan, you know, be smart. Man, Siri, you keep telling me to go the wrong way. What is wrong with you? I completely forgot to take the traction control off the first time, so it said no.